Come gather ye friends around your flickering campfires and listen to tales of daring, horror and high adventure from the worn pages of history. Set aside the stable and wise rule of your sleepy realm and instead spend all the money in the treasury on a massive army so that you can go on Crusade! God and his knights. This week, dear listener, we conclude the tale of King Richard I, the Lionheart.
Thanks for setting that one up for me, Bob.
You didn't give me much of a choice, Your Majesty.
We are, after all, your indentured servants, bound by your will to follow you to Jerusalem.
Oh, come on, Tombo. We're not still doing the Kingdom of Heaven thing, are we?
It's Kingdom of Heavening, Bilbo. And let the sound of the army marching fade up. There we are, marching through the Holy Land on the way to Jerusalem.
Hooray!
Bilbo, stop being grumpy. You'll ruin your sloppy hustler boys show.
Actually, King Richard, it's the Silly History Boys show.
That's what I said. Now, why don't we continue my story? If I remember correctly, the last time we met, I was on Crusade! God and his knights.
You haven't really done any actual crusading so far, though, have you, Your Majesty?
Nonsense, Bilbo! Last week ended with me gloriously taking Acre with just a crossbow. You can't get much more Crusade! God and his knights. Than that, can you?
You were in a stretcher and moaning about having terrible gums for most of that siege.
Which makes it more impressive. God, I'm good. Even when I've basically got scurvy. Now, get on with it.
Right you are. We rejoin our tale shortly after the 8th of June, 1191.
Acre has surrendered, and Richard the Lionheart, now recovered from his gross gums illness,
Also known as Enaldia.
is about to annoy someone, and one day regret it.
Have all the preparations been made, soldier?
Yes, Duke Leopold.
And they will unfurl exactly as I have directed.
Yes, sir. We ran 6 drills.
Excellent.
Well, here they are, my Duke. Presenting their Royal Majesties, King Richard of England and King Philip II of France.
Your Majesties, I, Leopold V, Duke of Austria, welcome you to Acre. These past few weeks have been trying for all of our forces, and now, when we have at last attained sweet victory over the forces of Salah ad-Din, I would present this gift to you. Unfurl the banners! Let these banners, our banners, stand as a testament to what we have achieved here. Let them hang from the walls of Acre until the wind has blasted them to dust. Let the people proclaim our names in the streets, and
Whose banner's that in the middle?
let the children dance and so... I am sorry, what?
King Philip II of France asked you who the banner that is currently merrily fluttering between our two banners belongs to.
That is my banner, Your Majesties.
Aren't you only a duke?
Yes, but I helped. I was, instrumental in our efforts to capture Acre. I think it would be reasonable to say that it was the 3 of us.
I don't remember you shooting anyone from the walls with a crossbow.
Sacre bleu, Richard. Will you stop going on about it?
From a stretcher!
No, I did not pull off any almost impossible shots with a crossbow, but I lived, and without me, Your Majesty's victory would not have been so easily won.
You're not a king, though, Leopold, are you? Bit arrogant of you to stick your banner right up there with ours.
I am the highest ranking representative of Henry VI, the Holy Roman Emperor, and you wouldn't have won without me and my fearsome muscles. My banner has every right to be up there.
Sorry, I'm still not hearing King. Soldier, chop that banner down and throw it in the moat, please.
Why are you hesitating, young man? Make with the choppy, please.
As you command, your majesties. Here we go. Have the chop.
Ah! My banner! My beautiful banner!
Such is the price of hubris, Leonard.
Leopold!
That's what I said.
No, you did not! You never say what you say you have said! You said Leonard, which is not my name!
Come on, Leonard, you're making a scene.
Banners down, your majesties.
Excellent. Now, don't forget to throw it in the moat.
Yes, sir.
Now, come on! You definitely don't need to throw it in the moat!
To be fair, Richard,
I said throw it in the moat.
Right you are, sir.
There we are. Now order is restored and the Duke of Austria knows his place.
Do you want to know something, Lionheart? You suck. You suck so hard.
Do I? Well, at least my banner's not in the moat.
You can shove that banner right up your crusade. I am taking my men, and I am leaving.
Oh no! Extra gold and glory in the name of God for us? Whatever will we do?
One day, you will regret how you have treated me. I'll be back.
Doubt it. Goodbye.
Men, we are leaving. My feelings are too hurt. Move out! Retrieve the banner. We'll wipe away some of the more awful stuff. And bring me my portable gym. I must live to raise my spirits. Ah, it's like coming home.
maybe you were a little harsh on him, Richard.
You said he was arrogant as well, Philip. It's not my fault the lad can't handle a banner dunking.
You've made an enemy there.
Isaac Comnenus made himself my enemy last episode, and look what happened to him. I took Cyprus off him in less than a month.
Yes, I remember. I helped. In fact, half of that island is mine.
It is not! I did all the work. Cyprus belongs to me. I'm going to sell it, I think.
Then you can give me half of what you get for it for saying that half of that island is mine.
The only half of anything you're going to get is half of my foot up your backside, you ungrateful swine!
Swine? How dare you address me so, you arrogant dog?
Oh, yeah? Oh, what are you going to do? Succumb to ill health and leave for home on the heels of Leopold?
Yes, well, that's exactly what I'm going to do. You see? Yes, you see, I'm already succumbing.
Good! Leave, then! I'll crusade all by myself.
Fine, I will. Men, prepare to leave for home. We too shall leave at dawn. So much succumbing.
Yeah, you better keep marching, Philip. This crusade didn't need you anyway. And you better not start plotting against me with my weaselly little brother John.
Do we have any allies left, Your Majesty?
No, Thornham, we don't.
Right. There's a few hostages, Your Majesty.
Oh, is there? How many?
2,700, my king.
That's more than a few.
It is indeed.
They'll really slow us down, won't they? And just think how much they'll need to eat.
Your Majesty.
Perhaps I could trade them for a part of the True Cross.
I fear the alarm's gonna go off again, Your Majesty.
Suppose I could just trade them for gold.
Oh dear.
History. Incoming.
The uncomfortable history alarm. Again. Oh no, the prisoners.
Yes, Tombo, the prisoners. Richard had them all executed. All 2,700 of them.
Oh, that's bad.
It gets worse. He ordered it done in public, on top of a big hill.
Oh, that's really bad.
Yeah.
It was the 12th century, boys. The rules were different. I had made a deal with Saladin and he was stalling. I decided he needed motivating a little.
Didn't Saladin have some of your people as hostages?
Of course! Hostages to make sure we kept our side of the deal.
What was your side of the deal?
Not to execute their hostages on a big hill in public. Probably.
What happened to your Christian hostages?
They were executed in revenge.
Oh, that is so bad.
Oh, it's not bad, Tombo. It's Crusade! Them's the breaks. You don't end up on the football clothes without being willing to make some difficult choices. Remember that next time you're kissing the badge. You and your warm ale-drinking Spitfire enthusiast mates. Of course, Saladin tried to have it out right there and then, but we got away from Acre and headed south, chased and harassed by archers the entire time. Harsh cut to the 7th of September, 1191!
I'll smash your face and...
Take that, you Saracen dog! My lord, King Richard! The Saracens are trying to break our formation!
He's been doing this for weeks, Geoffrey. My orders remain the same. Maintain formation and march for Jaffa.
It looks like Saladin has committed his entire force this time, Your Majesty. We are wildly outnumbered.
All the more reason to maintain formation and press on. Without the port of Jaffa, we will never be able to hold Jerusalem. Without our formation, we'll never make it to Jaffa. Hold formation!
Yes, my king! Take that, you Saracens!
Is that the Hospitallers? Yeah! I told them no charging! Get back here, you stupid Hospitallers!
I don't think they can hear you, my lord!
But they're getting all the glory! Men, follow those Hospitallers!
But my king, you said stay in formation!
Well, now I say...
Though they were going against Richard's orders, the charge, led by the Knights Hospitaller, was the turning point in what would become known as the Battle of Arsuf.
Seizing the initiative, Richard ordered his men to charge en masse.
Saladin's forces were battered and eventually broke under the Crusader onslaught.
The Crusaders continued south along the coast and took the port city of Jaffa, where they probably ate loads of cakes. Hey? Hey? See what I did there? Jaffa cakes. It's funny because of the word Jaffa cake. Jaffa cakes.
Well, yeah. They very well may have done, Tombo. Jaffa cakes are named after Jaffa oranges, or Shamuti oranges, which come from that part of modern-day Israel.
Kaboom, listener, knowledge bomb.
All right, but is it a cake or is it a biscuit?
It's a cake, Tombo. It's literally called a Jaffa cake. Anyone who calls it otherwise is a pervert. Now, come along, boys. Leave the narration station and come with me. We're about to reach Jerusalem.
We never are.
Follow me and find out.
Jerusalem?
Jerusalem?
Oh, I don't want to leave the narration station. It's nice here.
But if we reach Jerusalem, we've fulfilled our debt.
We'll have fully Kingdom of Heavened it. It's the only way.
Oh, fine. Let's go then.
Boys, we have to turn back! The weather is awful! Quick! back in the tent! Well, that didn't go to plan.
Are you sure we're getting near Jerusalem, King Richard?
Absolutely, Bob. Less than 12 miles from it, in fact. But there's no way my army is going to get through that weather. Blast! Even if we lay siege to the city, there's too high a risk of Saladin sending another force to trap us against the walls. No, we must needs retreat for now. Back to the coast. You boys narrate when I sort the men out. Turn it round, lads! Come on, we're going back to the coast. No, come on, no! Pick that up! Make fast!
Despite nearly coming within touching distance of Jerusalem, awful weather forced the Lionheart to return to the coast.
As 1191 turned into 1192, Richard and his Crusaders set up shop in the port city of Ascalon, an ancient settlement that had existed since the Middle Bronze Age.
Richard attempted to negotiate a peace with Saladin, but was unsuccessful, probably because of all the killing and whatnot. Negotiations continued in one form or another over the next few months.
To keep themselves occupied, the Crusaders, as well as adding fortifications to Ascalon, decided to elect a new king of Jerusalem.
Richard wanted his protege, Guy de Lusignan, to get the job, but lost out in the voting and was forced to accept Conrad of Montferrat as the new king.
Those of you who paid attention last week will remember he negotiated Acre's surrender.
His reign was not a long one, however. In fact, he was never even crowned.
Oh, what a joyous day. Soon I will be crowned King of Jerusalem, and maybe, just maybe, we will take back the holy city and I can reign over a period of glorious peace. A visitor at this hour. Hello? Who is it?
Definitely not assassins here for Conrad of Montferrat, who have definitely not been sent by Richard the Lionheart.
Well, thank goodness for that. I wouldn't want to open the door to two assassins sent by Richard the Lionheart, would I? Hello. What can I do for you?
You can get stabbed, pal.
But you said you weren't assassins.
Yes, sorry about that. It was fibs.
Richard the Lionheart sends his regards.
But you said, more fibs?
Yes, very much so.
Have we stabbed him enough, Reg?
Well, one more plaque wouldn't do any harm.
Right, job done. Now, seeing as we are actual assassins, as in real assassins from the collective of secretive warriors in the Middle East that gave the term assassin its name,
The same group that gave inspiration to the popular video game series Assassin's Creed.
let's go find somewhere high up and jump off it.
Will there be an eagle noise when we do it?
I imagine so. And there'll be a hay cart to land in, I've no doubt. Tell you what, we can just go out this window. Yep! Oh no, I should have checked for a hay.
Right. No eagle noise then. Maybe I'll take the stairs.
Hey! The murder of Conrad of Montferrat in April 1192 was never conclusively solved.
Yeah, but you did, didn't you?
I'll never tell.
Didn't your nephew marry Conrad's widow just 8 days after he was killed?
Maybe.
And wasn't she carrying Conrad's child?
I don't recall. Anyway, it's unimportant. Soon after that, we were on our way back to Jerusalem. It was now June, and I had formulated an astoundingly brilliant plan to...
Richard, are you in here? Oh, there you are.
Hugh the Third, Duke of Burgundy? What do you want? I was just explaining to the boys my magnificent new plan.
Boys? Oh, hello there.
Hello, your dukeness.
Hello.
It were your plan I wanted to talk to you about, actually.
Not this again.
Please reconsider. A direct assault on Jerusalem by all of our forces will see us over the walls and into the city in a matter of days.
No, I told you, I'm going to hit Saladin where it hurts, right in his money and food. My forces march for Egypt.
Hang on. Egypt?
Yes, Tombo, Egypt. That's where Saladin's armies are fed and supplied from. We take Egypt, we win the war.
But we're within eyeshot of Jerusalem. It's just there.
Is it? Ooh, let's have a look. Oh my god, it is!
Wow. Jerusalem. We've made it all the way to Jerusalem.
Sorry, boys, but we won't be going to Jerusalem today. We'll have to Kingdom of Heaven later. Come on, I'm all about Egypt now. This way.
Please, Your Majesty, support my assault plan.
If you assault Jerusalem, Hugh, I will, of course, join in, but only as a frontline soldier. I will not put my name or leadership to such a foolhardy plan. The rest of the Crusader Army Council agrees with me, too.
If you won't lead, men won't follow.
Won't they? Ha! It's almost like I'm saying I won't lead any troops because I know that way I'll get what I want. Isn't that just strange?
Oh, you really do suck, Lionheart. Do you know that?
Go cry to Philip, you whiny Frenchman. Go on! Clear off!
Never in all my life.
Goodbye! Boys, narrate us into the Battle of Jaffa, will you?
Yes, Your Majesty. Go on, Tombo.
Rightio.
And music! Hit it, Buckley! Yes, it's true. Richard the Lionheart and the Crusader army came within eyeshot of Jerusalem in June 1192. But infighting amongst the leadership caused two factions to emerge.
Neither side had enough soldiers to succeed in their chosen plan. So, instead of invading Egypt or storming the walls of Jerusalem, the Crusaders were forced to turn around and head back to the coast. Again.
It was now July, and Saladin saw that the Crusaders were heading back to Jaffa. He sent an army to take the garrison port, and after 3 days of intense fighting, succeeded.
The remaining Crusaders in Jaffa managed to get a warning to Richard, and he hurriedly assembled an army, then raced to Jaffa along the coast.
You there! On the walls of the city of Jaffa! Throw open the gates and leave my port city immediately, or I will lay waste to you with fire and sword!
Clear off, you great Christian meth. Jaffa's ours now, and if you want it, you can come and take it. Thanks for the extra fortifications, though. They're great.
Blast, Geoffrey, it looks worse than I thought. I'm starting to wish I'd been able to drum up more men.
It is indeed a tight spot, Your Majesty.
Exactly how tight?
Well, we've only got 54 knights with us and about 400 infantry. We do have about 2,000 crossbowmen, which is great. If we weren't trying to take a city.
Did I ever tell you about the time
Yes, you did, my king. I remember it well.
From a stretcher!
A legendary shooting, Lord.
I fear Jaffa may be lost to us. I will say a prayer for its brave defenders. Wait, what's that?
Your Majesty! King Richard! There's someone in the water! Men, throw him a rope!
Robert of Thornham, is that you?
Your Majesty! Your Majesty, you must listen to me.
Well, out with it, man!
The citadel still holds my king, but they will soon be overwhelmed unless you can help.
Did you hear that, Geoffrey? The city still holds. There's only one thing to do. Sure.
And he's jumped over the side. Well, you all heard His Majesty.
The somewhat unwise charge by Richard and his handful of knights caused such confusion in the Saracen ranks that they started to break.
Under the false belief that this was just the advance force of a much bigger army come to retake Jaffa, they fled the city.
Such was the disarray of Saladin's forces in that retreat, order could not be restored until they were over 5 miles away.
It was then that Saladin heard that reinforcements for the Crusaders were, in fact, on the way. If Jaffa was going to be taken, it had to be taken before that force arrived.
On the morning of the 4th of August 1192, Muslim troops surrounded Jaffa, hiding in the fields, ready to attack the city the next day.
Oh, what a beautiful morning! The only thing better than sentry duty in the morning is getting my steps in. Exercise and self-care. That's what makes me the best darn Genoese sentry in all of King Richard's army. Oh, nature calls. That bush will do the trick.
Oi! Stop swearing in Vance's hut, but also stop weeing on me!
Shush! We're supposed to be being sneaky.
It's easy for you to say you're not getting a golden shower.
Wait a minute. Are you Saracens?
Yeah, we are, lad. What of it?
By God, Saracens!
Stop it!
I'm trying to, but it's bad to hold it.
How much are you drunk?
I don't know. This is highly unusual.
Right, that's it.
Oh no! Take this, Saracen!
Ah, the eyes! The beautiful eyes!
Get back here, you!
Genoese sentry, away! The Saracens are here! The Saracens are here!
And with that, the Battle of Jaffa had truly begun.
Though probably not exactly like that.
The blind chance of a sentry stumbling onto Saladin's troops gave Richard enough time to get his men assembled on the field moments before the Saracens attacked.
Infantrymen, grab spears and get to the front. Crossbows, give them cover. Yes, sir! It's going to be cavalry coming at us, lads, fast and light. All you've got to do is poke them with your spears and they'll leave you alone.
Yes, sir.
And if that doesn't convince them, the sharpened tent pegs we hammered into the ground will.
Yes, sir!
This is the final battle of the Third Crusade, gentlemen. Let's make it a good one!
Yes, sir!
Here they come!
King Richard, they're just galloping past!
They don't want to tangle with the spears! Crossbows!
The massed volley of crossbow shots wreaked a terrible harvest on the lightly armoured Saracen horsemen.
They charged again and again.
But every time the crossbow bolts of the Crusaders exacted a heavy toll.
The Saracen cavalry was exhausted.
Spearmen with me! Charge!
And he's run after the cavalry. Knickers. Right, you little drill boys! After him! Charge!
Richard's counterattack was the last straw for Salahadin's cavalry. They had been decimated by crossbows and were in no mood to be poked with spears.
They fled the field. However, before celebrations could begin, Richard learned a group of Saladin's soldiers had outflanked his forces and entered Jaffa.
Crikey, that battle looks dangerous. Glad I'm standing here on sentry duty.
Hey, lad! Are you the one that weed on me?
Oh no! Saracens! Again!
My mate asked you a question. Did you wee on him?
I don't know. Maybe.
What do you mean, maybe? We on a lot of people, do you, yeah?
Maybe.
Gross.
Perhaps it's time someone weed on you, eh?
Also gross.
Hold him down!
What?
Let it remind everyone that this is a show for children. Come here, you!
What the hell is going on here?
They're trying to wee on me.
We really are not.
I was all for it, just to let you know.
Gross.
Well, now you can prepare to die.
Come on, then, let's go!
There you are, nameless Genoese sentry. Consider yourselves saved.
Yay!
Now, everyone, charge!
Another charge from Richard rallied the troops inside Jaffa, who had been on the verge of surrender. The Saracens were thrown out of the city and suffered terrible losses.
As evening drew in, Saladin could see that he'd been defeated. He ordered his men to withdraw. The battle was over. The Crusaders had won.
Crusade! And now, I think I'll just have a little lie down.
The final battle of the Third Crusade left both sides absolutely exhausted.
Fighting on this scale could not feasibly continue. Negotiations for peace began.
My lord Salahadin the Lionheart is here.
All right, well, show him in then.
As you will it. Presenting Richard I of England.
That's King Richard, you Saracen scumbag! So, you must be Saladin.
And you must be the absolute stain who keeps poking holes in my soldiers.
Looks like we've got a standoff.
Oh, really? How so?
Your men are demoralised. I've given them 2 solid spankings in less than a year. The second spanking was with less than 3,000 men. Imagine what I could do with more. You might as well just give me Jerusalem here and now.
We both know that you haven't the time for more, Lionheart.
What do you mean?
I mean that you've got bigger issues back at home, lid.
Hascot to England, September 1192. Oh, more pictures, more cider, and hurry up about it. Unless you want to be bricked. Yeah, hooray for Johnny.
Now, John. You won't get the best out of your staff if you throw bricks at them all the time.
What do you mean? It's the best motivation there is. Look, you there, get me some pizzas. Ouch!
Yes, my lord.
That's your majesty, I think you'll find.
Oh, yes, sorry, your majesty.
Technically, your servant there is correct, John. Richard is king.
What stupid lion fart. I've been doing all the work while he's been off on a jolly.
I know, it's terrible. But he's the boss.
Oh, wish I was the boss. I'm the best. Where is that servant with the cider? More cider!
Come on, John, you sound like Pear Bear on a Thursday night.
Oh, but I want to be king, Philip.
I'm sorry. It's making me rude.
Oh, it's no bother. And perhaps...
What? Perhaps what? Do you know a way to make me king?
Maybe, but... Well... You'd have to be very brave.
I am brave. Everyone knows my famous personal bravery.
Just tell me what I need to do.
Well, you could start by giving me all my bits of France back.
What? I couldn't do that. Richard would be livid.
Shame. Well, I thought you were brave. Never mind then.
No, wait. All right. You can have them back.
That's the spirit.
He's done what?
Ha! The mighty Lionheart doesn't even know what's going on under his own roof.
In my defence, I've been sort of hyper-focused on what's going on over here, and also, I didn't really care. But now I know that Weasel, faced little Weasel, is plotting against me with King Philip II of France. Well, that changes things.
Destroy the fortifications at Ascalon, and we will allow you to leave unmolested. Fail to do so, then your departure will be molested in the strongest terms possible.
Ha! Like your lads have got any molesting left in them. But I'll tell you what. Allow Christian pilgrims into Jerusalem so they can see all the holy bits whenever they want, and you've got a deal.
Yeah, I reckon we can agree on that then, La.
Nice chatting with you, Saladin. I look forward to your sassy Hormone Boys episodes.
Yeah, me and all. I think it's the silliest three boys, you know.
Well, that's what I said.
A 3-year peace treaty was agreed upon, and Richard then made his way back to England.
But it would not be an easy journey. Storms battered his ships once again. He was forced to put in to Corfu, where he fell foul of Isaac II Angelos, the Byzantine emperor, who very much objected to Richard's sale of Cyprus, being that he was fairly certain it belonged to him.
Richard was forced to disguise himself as a Knight Templar to escape, but once again the ocean storm struck.
Is it storms, or was he just really bad at sailing?
History won't tell us. Lionheart's ship was wrecked near Aquileia in Italy. Imagine the boot of Italy, back of the knee. That's where it is.
For Richard, this was yet another bad place to be travelling through.
Gentlemen, what can I get you?
His Majesty. Oh, yeah, I'm sorry, my bad. My mate, Richard, here would like an ale.
Would he know?
Yeah, he would.
Your mate, is he?
Very much so.
Not your king?
What would make you say such a thing?
Well, he's wearing a crown for one.
Blasted, I told you, you should have taken it off, Your Majesty.
There's a line, Thornham. A line one does not cross.
You're that Richard the Lionheart.
Well, I am. Now, where's my ale?
You won't be getting no ale. We here are loyal to Leopold V of Austria.
Oh, no.
Who?
Your Majesty, do you remember...
Ha ha ha! Well. Look what the cat dragged in. Or should that be lion?
I don't think so, because that would mean I dragged myself in, so...
Shut up! You are not going to ruin this for me, Lionheart. You killed my cousin.
Did I? Thornham?
Yeah, Conrad of Montferrat, Your Majesty.
Oh, no, that wasn't me.
Yes, you did. You had him professionally stabbed, and you threw my banner in the moat at Accra.
Did I?
Yes, you did. It was right at the beginning of this episode.
Oh, yes! I did, didn't I? Ha! Lols!
No, not lols. Not lols in any way at all. Men, seize him.
Hey! Stop seizing me! I'm the King of England!
Well, now you are my hostage. Let's see how much the people of England are willing to pay for the jerk king. Who is a jerk? Men, take him away.
Curse you, consequences of my own action! Curse you!
Christmas 1192 was not great for the Lionheart.
Nor, for that matter, was Christmas 1193, as Richard spent the entirety of that year in captivity.
He was held at first by Leopold V of Austria, who had taken deep offence to Richard's behaviour in Accra, made only worse by the murder of his cousin, which everyone knew had been caused by Richard, even if they couldn't prove it.
Keeping a crusader imprisoned was super naughty in the eyes of the church. And once news got out that Leopold had Richard hostage, the Pope excommunicated him.
In March, Leopold handed Richard over to Henry VI, the Holy Roman Emperor, who also had beef with Richard, and so also imprisoned him. The Pope wasn't quite brave enough to excommunicate the Holy Roman Emperor, though, much to Richard's annoyance.
Henry VI demanded £100,000 of silver for Richard's release, 2 to 3 times the yearly income of England in the 12th century. It was a lot of money.
Richard's mum, Eleanor of Aquitaine, set about getting the money. Everyone was taxed a quarter of the value of their property. Then 2 more taxes were brought in. Churches had gold and silver confiscated, and it must have made Richard very unpopular.
But eventually the money was raised and sent to Germany at the king's peril, which means if it had got lost on the way, it would have been Richard's fault.
Wow, that'd be a nervous 5 to 8 weeks wait, wouldn't it? Oh, crikey!
Whilst Richard's mum had been working very hard to get her son back to England, others were not looking forward to the triumphant return of the Lionheart.
Pizza. Cider. Pizza and cider.
Lord John, please, you must let me out. I'm supposed to be regent.
That's your majesty to you, Longshamp, and you'll stay in that cage as long as I want, because I am in charge, and not you.
But King Richard
isn't going to be back anytime soon, and I've made sure of it.
What do you mean you've made sure?
My good pal Philip and I are offered 80 grand the Emperor Henry to keep my dear brother till next Christmas. I am not going anywhere.
Oh, knickers.
Your Majesty, an urgent letter from King Philip.
What's all this ruckus? What's going on, man?
Letter for you, sir.
Give it!
Look to yourself. The devil is loose. Well, what on earth could that mean? Sabbath for touring again?
Oh no! Oh yes! I'm back, Johnny boy!
Your Majesty! I'll be off then.
And who are you?
Just a messenger, Your Majesty.
You look French. Work for Philip, do you?
Oui.
Lovely. Give him this message, will you?
What message? Not the window!
Right, now to deal with the Weasel.
Your Majesty!
Kneel, John. But, kneel!
Oh, brother, please. Please, an older boy told me to do it. I never thought. Oh, please don't kill me. I'll kiss your boots. I'll kiss and lick your boots. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Wow, these haven't been washed in a very long time, have they? Mwah, mwah. Mwah, mwah. Sorry, I'm a little bit sick on them there.
Get off. Stand up.
What are you going to do with me?
I'm going to forgive you.
No! Please! Please, no! Wait. What?
I forgive you.
Your Majesty!
But now we're going to have to get back all the land you lost to Philip in France.
I didn't lose it. I gave it away.
That's worse.
Oh, right.
First, I'm going to have myself recrowned to wash away the shame of my captivity, and then I'm going back to France.
Shall I stay here? Keep things ticking over until you return once more?
Yeah, sure, why not? Longchamp, seeing as you ended up in a cage, I'm going to guess you didn't regent very well at all. You're fired.
Your Majesty!
John, you're in charge. In fact, you're now my heir, why not? You can be king when I'm dead.
Yeah! Hooray for Johnny!
Okay, England, see you later, bye!
Oh, look, Longchamp. It's just me, you, and some bricks.
Your Majesty!
And so, in March 1194, Richard the Lionheart headed once more to France.
He would spend the next 5 years on campaign, attempting to regain all the lands his brother had lost.
Using all the knowledge he gained from his time in the Holy Land, Richard won many victories against Philip II, and looked as though he would ultimately win the war.
But then his army laid siege to a minor chateau in the Limousin region of France, called Chalus-Chabrol. Its ruler, Viscount Aymar V of Limoges, had risen in rebellion, and Richard knew exactly what to do with the rebellious lord.
You there! On the walls of the tiny Chateau Chalus-Chabrol! Throw open your gates, or we shall, like the good Christians we are, lay waste to your lands with fire and sword!
No!
What do you mean, no? Do you know who I am?
Yeah, I do! You killed my dad and my 2 brothers!
So, I'm a 12th century Plantagenet! I've killed loads of people!
Oh, right! Cedric, hand me that crossbow!
You are never going to make that shot!
Oh, aren't I?
Better men than you have tried!
Your Majesty, perhaps it might be wise to stand slightly further back.
Oh, come on, Geoffrey! There's no way he's gonna hit me from... Ah! Ah! Oh! Wow! Right in the shoulder! Nice shot! Ah!
Boom! Crossbow drop!
Richard! Man, the king is shot. And shot pretty bad. Send for the surgeon!
No, my friend, no. There isn't time.
But, my king, it only hit you in the shoulder.
No, I mean literally, there's no time. The episode is already long enough. We don't need me taking weeks to die from gangrene. It's faster this way. And more dramatic. It could be more dramatic, though. That's better.
Oh, no, no. Richard, you can't die, please. Don't leave us alone with John.
Have that boy brought before me, the one who shot me.
Yes, Lord. You heard the king. Fetch the boy.
Right you are.
No, get off me. Well, don't you throw me down.
It is.
Oh, what you gonna do? Kill me? Punch me? Kill me, then punch me.
What's your name, boy?
It's Bertrand de Gordon, and I have had my revenge.
I'm not going to kill you, Bertrand, or punch you.
You're not?
You're not?
No, I'm going to forgive you
You are?
and give you 100 shillings.
Beggar!
Jeffrey,
Yes, my king.
random mercenary guy.
It's Mercartier, Your Majesty.
That's what I said. I want you to protect this boy. I like the cut of his jib. You should let him go, even if I...
The king is dead.
You heard him. He said you had to protect me.
I didn't hear him finish his sentence. Did you, Dirankon?
I did not.
No.
Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Looks like we'll have to skin you alive.
No.
Richard the Lionheart's final act of chivalry was to order that Bertrand de Gordon be spared for his part in the king's death.
But the moment Richard died, they flayed the boy alive and hanged him anyway.
Ah, gross.
And thus the lion by the ant was slain.
Richard's heart was buried at Rouen in Normandy, and his entrails
Gross.
were buried in Châlus-Chabrol, where he died.
The rest of his body was buried in Fontevraud Abbey in Anjou.
At his father's feet, which is exactly where I expect Hazmat to have himself buried when the time comes.
You want Hazmat to be buried in Anjou?
What? No.
Hang on, did we finish the whole Kingdom of Heaven thing or what?
We did not. Does that mean the silly history boys still owe a debt to Richard the Lionheart?
Richard died? How can we owe him a debt?
Well, by medieval law, Tombo, the debt passes to an heir. But Richard had no children. In fact, his wife, Berengaria, didn't even make it back to England until after Richard's death.
Which meant the throne passed to his named successor. Oh no.
Oh no. Don't say it.
I have to. It's the facts.
John!
Yes, Johnny! Bricks for everyone!
We have been the Silly History Boys show.
And we are.
As always,
Sorry!
You will be! Now come here!
Episode 82 of the Silly History Boys show, or The Lion, the Weasel, and the War Chest were written and presented by the Silly History Boys. The parts of Robert of Thornham, Assassin 1, Hugh III, Duke of Burgundy, Genoese Sentry, Saracen 3, Servant, William Longchamp, and Bertrand de Gordon were, though initially lauded for their protection of pilgrims on the roads to the Holy Land, eventually betrayed and burnt at the stake by Will Uncle Bilbo Tristram. The parts of Leopold of Austria, Geoffrey de Rancon, Assassin 2, Saracen 1, Saladin, and Bad King John, he's so bad, were successful in laying siege to Jerusalem until a relieving force was sent by Rob, your dear Uncle Bob Bond. The parts of Philip II of France, Conrad of Montferrat, Saracen on the Wall, Saracen II, Tavern Landlord, French Messenger, and Macadier the Mercenary journeyed across Europe on crusade, but were ambushed and slaughtered en masse by that bandit Tombo Fermor. And finally, the one part of Richard the Lionheart was taken hostage and exchanged for a piece of the True Cross by me, Stu the Pear Bear Perry. I only had one part. I didn't need to write a flowery way of I presented it this week, but there we go, dear listener. I've done it. Now, where's my other piece of paper that tells me other things I need to say, because I'm terrible at doing this? Oh yes, the sound effects. Thank you to Zapsplat for the sound effects, as always. Thank you, music-wise, goes to Zapsplat. We had some music from them. Mainly Scott Buckley. It's usually mainly Scott Buckley with me. And Through Fire and War, the song by Henry Mailly, our good friend. Thank you, Henry, for the use of your song and for writing it for us, because you're lovely. Don't forget to hit us up on the socials. There's an X, that's Twitter, or it used to be Twitter. Twix, I believe the cool kids are calling it. Harrison just laughed, so yes, that is definitely true. And also, like Facebook, just go on Facebook, do that. MySpace, is that a thing? Do that as well. I don't think it's still a thing, but relaunch it and then do that. Contact us on there. You've got the email, sillyhistorybowsshow@gmail.com. Send us an email. I think people still do that. But most of all, support us on Ko-Fi or Ko-Fi. Just send us some money. Thank you. Merry Christmas, everybody. Happy New Year, and we'll see you in 2024.
Also known as Analdia. Also known as Analdia. Also known as Analdia. As I mentioned in the previous incarnation. Yeah. If you go back to the previous episode, you'll also mention that I also know that I told you it was Arnaldia. Yeah. Maybe just go back to the last one, because I did mention it was also Arnaldia, but I'll do it again. Yeah, okay. Also known as Arnaldia. Also known as Analdia. Also known as Anodia, Imodium. Also known as Analdia. Also known as Analdia. Also known as Analdia. Like I said before, moving on.